Hello everyone, this is going to be an instructional video on how to use Citizen's Echo Drive Chronograph. Basically this instructional video will, show you how to use any Citizen Echo Drive watch that model number starts with BL5. The particular watch that we're going to be looking at today is actually BL5140-51L. I guess where you see the little X's, that's the numbers that change according to the actual watch you have, but the function of the watch is the first three characters, BL5. This watch is Echo Drive, which means it's actually powered by light, be sunlight or indoor light. It really doesn't matter. It converts light into electricity. One cool feature this watch has is whenever light's not hitting it, let's say you have long sleeves or you have a jacket on and the light stops hitting it, this watch actually goes into power save mode, and what it does, it stops moving to conserve power. Once the light hits it, which we're about to see now, it will immediately spring back to life and start displaying the time like it's supposed to. Okay, I don't know if y'all were able to catch that. The second hand just rapidly advanced forward and it just started displaying time correctly. Down here we have our functions. Give me 1 sec so we can focus. Okay, we got time, which is what it's pointing at now, alarm, local time, chronograph, time again, alarm, local time, and chronograph. Basically, the way you set your functions is while your crown is completely pushed in. By the crown, I mean this little round thing right here. It's all the way in, and you just simply turn your dial to whatever function you can use. In this case, we're going to do the alarm. There, it's an alarm. You can see that the hands are going to start moving to what the alarm was previously. I had put my alarm for 10 a.m. this morning, so the hands rapidly advanced to 10 a.m. The way we know it's a.m. or p.m. is by taking a look at our 24-hour clock, which is right here on the top left. I can see that. See how the smaller hand is pointing down here at the 10? That means AM. If it was PM, it would be pointing at the 21, which is up here. Whenever you, like I said, whenever you put the alarm function, the hands will rapidly turn to whatever the alarm was last, and then to start controlling the dials, or before that, while the crown is still completely pushed in, and your function is at alarm. If you push this top button, it will do a sample or a display of what the alarm will sound like. Here we go. And that's what the alarm sounds like. Let it go. And okay, I guess we're gonna go ahead and pull the crown out so we can start setting our time. Or I mean alarm. You go first click, you all the way to second click. There we go. The crown is completely pulled out. Okay. Now that the crown is pulled out, we can start controlling the minute hand and the hour hand. Another thing that I wanted to point out, the way you turn your alarm on and off is while the crown is pulled out either to the first or second position. You push this top button that you had used for the alarm, and it's actually how you turn the alarm on and off. watch that second hand. Alright. As you can see, if I can get it to focus properly. See, there it says off. There it says off. And now it's on. Again, off. And now on. We're going to leave that on. So again, like I said, you turn it on and off by pushing this top button while the crown is completely pulled out. Okay, as the crown is completely pulled out, you can go ahead and set your alarm to whatever alarm you may want it to be. If you click one time forward, the minute moves one time forward. Again, each click moves it 1 minute, the same thing backwards. But if you want it to move fast, what you do is you give it 3 constant clicks, or 3 clicks right after another, and that will make it move fast in whatever direction you're turning it to. And there we go. And I'm gonna set it to 12 p.m. I mean a.m. Yes, p.m. Sorry. Okay, as you can see, at the 24-hour, it's pointing to 12, meaning 12 p.m. And of course, our analog hands are pointing to 12. Here, our alarm is set to 12 p.m. It is on. So we go ahead and push the crown back in. And basically, we just go back to time. And it starts displaying the time again, like regular. One thing to keep in mind always is, like I said earlier, if you're at the AM and you suddenly switch to alarm or local time, and it was set at a PM time, you have to give the dials time. When I was using this watch for the very first time, I actually didn't know this, and I ended up having to read the manual, and that's when I figured out that the watch actually, you have to give it time when the hands are turning to go to the correct time. Okay, now we're going to learn how to set or use the chronograph. Wrong way. Okay, there we go, chronograph. Basically what this does is the hands keep showing you the time, but the second hand stop moving. The reason is it's basically like a countdown or a stopwatch, you could say. You push the top button, and we got the second started right there. And every time the second hand completes 1 minute cycle up here on the top right, you will notice the small little dial move forward 1, and that's when the second hand completes a full cycle. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a chance to do that so that y'all can see that that dial turn. And that's right here. You will see it advance 1 second. I mean, 1 little line indicating 1 minute has passed by. There we go. And it will do that so forth every time you complete a cycle. You stop the watch by clicking the top button. Okay, so you start it by pushing the top one, and you stop it by pushing the top button, I'm sorry, and you reset it by holding the top button. And there you go. That is your chronograph function. Go ahead and go back to local time, the regular time. And there it continues displaying the correct time. Now we're going to be talking about how to set your date while it's on time, you pull your crown one time, and here we are controlling the date. If I turn the dial one time, what it will do while it's on the crown, what the crown isn't pulled to the first position, what we're going to be noticing moving is that second hand is well, actually nothing moves at this point with the crown. Oh wait, yes, I'm sorry, that controls our dates. But we'll get to that in a minute. The second hand at this point, what it's pointing to is 12, not just because it went to a default time. What it's actually doing is showing you the month. It's actually December. And then we got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And I'm leave it at December because it is December. And up here, what you have is it's pointing at the little 2. What that means is there was 2 years since the last leap year. This is important to keep correct, so that you don't, every time there is a leap year or when there's a different month coming in, your day, which is down here, is correct. For example, if I were to have had it on November instead of December, I believe November only has 30 days, if I'm not mistaken. Or I guess I should say, if you have the second hand pointing at the month with only 30 days, then down here, whenever it gets to 30, instead of going to 31, it will go straight to 1 for the next month. In this case, since it's at December, it will do a complete cycle. While the crown is still in the first position, you can change up here with the top button. You change the last time there was a leap year. That's 3 years before the last leap year. No years before the last leap year. 1 year before the last leap year. 2 years before the last leap year. And we're going to leave it at 2 years because it was 2 years since the last leap year. And now we're going to go ahead and start messing with our time, with our dates, I'm sorry. As you see right there, it says a 3. We move it one time forward. And there we got, the day went to 4. This is basically how you mess with it. The crown has to be in the first position, and that controls your date overall. Your leap year, the minute, the second hand pointing to the month, and your crown, while it's in the first pole position, it controls your date. We can go ahead and set one more day forward. Okay, I went too far. I went 2 days forward, but it'll be alright. I'll fix it later. Now we're going to go ahead and set our time. The way we do that is by pulling the crown completely out. There we go. And at this point, we're controlling the time. The same thing with the time applies for the same thing as the alarm applies for the time, and that's when you have it on the time, the crown is completely pulled out, and you move forward 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and so forth. You click it fast, it turns fast. Same thing backwards, 1 minute, 2 minutes, or fast. And that is our chronograph. I mean, how we set our time. All right. Let me think. So I've showed you how to use the alarm. I've showed you how to set the time, and showed you how to use the chronograph. Local time. What that does is, I'm going to go ahead and push the crown back in to switch the functions. And local time. will basically go 1 hour forward, or it'll go to whatever you had it last. But in my case, I don't remember exactly when I had it last, but your local time will hold whatever time. Like when I would go to Florida, that's they're 2 hours difference from what I'm at right now. So I would keep my local time at one time, which is 2 hours ahead of where I actually live, which is in Texas. And every time I come back and forth, I would just switch between local time to regular time, and like that, I don't have to actually be messing with the dial. The local time, you set it just the same way as you would set your regular time or your alarm. You pull the crown completely out. Was the first position, and it was the second position, and here we are controlling our dials. Okay, with the local time, you will notice that you're not able to advance by minutes, but by hours, and that's because simply because whenever you're moving between time zones, there's hours difference. It's not minutes difference. So let's say where I'm at home right now, it's 1 p.m., but where I'm going, it's actually 2 hours ahead. So we go forward, and that's 1 hour. And here is 2 hours. And like this, the crown is pushed in, I have it at local time. It will always be showing me this time until I go back to the regular time. Watch that function in here. And there I have it on my regular time. So the hands will adjust themselves back to the correct time for home. Again, we moved forward, I believe it was 2 hours, so we're going to have to wait for it to go back 2 hours. And this is pretty much all the functions that this particular model for Citizen has. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them at the comment section below. I hope this video was helpful. And if y'all have any more suggestions for any other instructional videos you would like for me to post, feel free to ask. Y'all have a great day, happy holidays, and take care.